Let us now discuss title Crimes Against Public Order. Para makuha natin ang shortcut nito, basahin lang natin yung naka-highlight. CAPU stands for Crimes Against Public Order. Ang coverage ng Crimes Against Public Order is from Article 134 to Article 160 of the Revised Penal Code. Pag sinabing public order, ang ibig sabihin nito ay may tinatawag na structure o order na sinusunod ng community or society. For example, the government. Dapat sundin sila ng mga tao at yung mga nasa gobyerno na leaders o public officers ay tinatawag na public servant. It does not mean to say na sila ang tinatawag na may ultimate power over the citizenry because in reality, sila ay binigyang kapangyarihan lamang ng tao. However, kasi binigyan sila ng tao ng kapangyarihan, nararapat lang na sumunod ang mga tao sa kanila. Kung hindi sila sinunod o may paglabag sa tinatawag nating structure or order ng community or society, ay krimen iyan na paglabag sa tinatawag na public order, kaya pasok yan sa Crimes Against Public Order. Article 134, Rebellion/Insurrection. Elements. Number 1, presence of A. Public uprising and B. Taking up arms against government. Number 2, purpose. A. Removing from allegiance to government or its laws, territory or Philippines, or any part thereof, or any body of land, naval, or other armed forces, or B. Depriving Chief Executive or Congress, wholly or partially, of any of their powers or prerogatives. Article 134A, Coup d'etat. Elements. Number 1, offender. Person or persons belonging to A. Military, B. Police, C. Public office or employment. Number 2, means of commission. Swift attack, violence, intimidation, threat, strategy, or sleight. 3. Direction of attack, duly constituted authorities of RP or any military camp or installation. Communication networks, public utilities or other facilities needed for exercise and continued position of power. And number 4, purpose of attack, size or diminish state power. Article 137, disloyalty of public officers or employees. Punishable acts. Number 1, failing to resist rebellion by all means in their power. Number 2, continuing to discharge duties of their office under control or rebels. And number 3, accepting appointment to office or the rebels. Article 138, inciting to rebellion or insurrection. Number 1, offender. Not A, taking up arms, or B, in open hostility against government. Number 2, acts of offender, incites other to execution of any acts of rebellion. And number 3, means of inciting, speeches, proclamations, writings, emblems, banner, and other representation tending to same end. Article 139, sedition. Elements. Number 1, acts of offender. Rise. A. Publicly. B. Tumultuously. Number 2, means. Force, intimidation, or other means outside of legal methods. And 3, objects. A. To prevent the promulgation or execution of any law or the holding of any popular election. B. To prevent the insular government or any provincial or municipal government or any public officer thereof from freely exercising its or his functions, or prevent the execution of any administrative order. C. To inflict any act of hate or revenge upon the person or property of any public officer or employee. D. To commit for any political or social end any act of hate or revenge against private person or any social class. And E. to despoil for any political or social end, any person, municipality, or province, or the insular government, or the government of the United States, of all its property or any part thereof. Article 141, 42. Inciting to sedition. Punishable acts. Number 1. Inciting others to commit sedition by means of speeches, proclamations, writings, emblems, cartoons, banners, or other representation tending same end. Number 2. Uttering seditious words or speeches which tend to disturb public peace. Number 3. Writing, publishing, or circulating scurrilous libels against government or any of its duly constituted authorities. Number 4. Knowingly conceal such evil practice. Article 145. Violation of parliamentary immunity. Punishable acts. Using forms, intimidation, threats, or frauds to prevent any member from A. Attending meeting of Congress, any of its committees, subcommittees, constitutional commissions, committees, divisions thereof. B. Expressing his opinion. C. Casting his vote. Number 2. Arresting, searching any member while Congress is in session, except in cases where such member has committed crime punishable under code by penalty higher than prison mayor. Note, Section 2, Article 6, 1987 Constitution, not more than 6 years, Constitution prevails. Person in authority and agents of person in authority, Article 152. Public officer or PO, any person who takes part in performance of public function in government. Revised Penal Code, Article 203. Person in authority or PIA, any person directly vested with jurisdiction, whether as individual or as member of some court or governmental corporation, board or commissions. Revised Penal Code, Article 125, Paragraph 1. Agent of person in authority, APIA, any person who, by direct provision of law or by election or by appointment by competent authority, is charged with maintenance of public order and protection and security of life and property, RPC Article 152, Paragraph 2. Important notes. Number 1. Person coming to aid of PIA or APIA. Fit and in charge with supervisions of public or private is PIA. Number 3. Lawyers in actual performance of professional duties on occasions of such performance is PIA. Number 4. Barangay chairman is PIA. Number 5. Barrio councilman, barrio policeman, and barangay leader are APIA. Article 148. Direct assault. Ways of committing direct assault. Number 1. Without PU by employing force or intimidation for attainment of any of purposes enumerated in defining crimes of sedition and rebellion. And number 2. Without PU by attacking, by employing force or seriously intimidating or by seriously resisting any PR or any of his agents, APIA, while engaged in performance of official duties or on occasions of such performance. Direct assaults of second forms means: number 1, employing force. Number 2, attacking. Number 3, intimidating. Number 4, seriously resisting. Not in actual performance of official duties. Defiance of authority. Number 1, PIA or APIA exceeds his powers or act without authority. Number 2, unnecessary use of force, violence. Or number 3, descended to matters which are private in nature. Second kinds of direct assault of second form. Number 1, simple assault. Number 2, qualified assault. The simple assault has a lower penalty and qualified assault has a higher penalty. Direct assault qualified. Number 1, committed with weapon. Number 2, the offender is POE or the offender is lays hands upon person in authority. Important notes. Knowledge of accused victims being PIA or APIA is essential. PIA or APIA, not in actual performance of duty, evidence of motives of offender is important. APIA or PIA agrees to fight direct assault still present. Complex crime in direct assault is PIA or APIA. A. Killed. DA with murder and homicide. B. Seriously injured. Direct assault with SPI. C. Less seriously injured. Direct assault with LSPI. And D. Slightly injured. PIA. Direct assault in STPI and APIA. Direct assault only STPI, absorbed and direct assault. No direct assault. A. PIA and APIA suspended. B. Accused in performance of official duties, crime committed, coercion or physical injuries. C. Rebellion or sedition. Article 149. Indirect assault. Elements. 1. APIA. Victim of any forms of direct assault. The person comes to aid of APIA. 3. Offender. Use force intimidation upon such person. Article 151. Resistance and disobedience to a person in authority or the agents of such persons. Elements of resistance and serious disobedience. Number 1. PIA or APIA in performance of official duly gives lawful order to offender. 2. Act of offender. A. Resist. B. Seriously disobey. PIA or APIA. D. Act not in arts. Article 148 to 150. Elements of simple disobedience. Number 1. APIA in performance of official duty gives lawful order to offender. Number 2. Act of offender disobeys APIA. And number 3. Disobedience not of serious nature. Direct assault. PIA and APIA must be engaged in performance of official duties or he is assaulted by reason thereof. When committed, only in actual performance of duty. Force employed is serious. Force employed. Use of force is not so serious. Deliberate force. Attack or employment of force is deliberate. In resistance, attack or employment of is not deliberate. How committed? Committed in any following ways. Indirect assault. Number 1, by attacking. Number 2, by employing force. Number 3, by seriously intimidating. Or number 4, by seriously resisting PIA or APIA. And resistance, committed by resisting or seriously disobeying PIA or APIA. Article 153. Tumults and other disturbances of public order, punishable acts. Number 1, causing any serious disturbance in public place, office, or establishment. Number 2, interrupting or disturbing public performances, function or gatherings, and peaceful meetings if acts is not included in Articles 131 and 132. Number 3, making outcry, tending to incite rebellion or sedition in any meetings, associations, or public place. Number 4, displaying placards and or emblems which provoke disturbance of public order in such place. And 4, burying with pomp body of person who has been legally executed. Article 155. Alarms and scandals. Punishable acts. Number 1, discharging any firearms, rockets, firecracker, or other explosive within any town, or public which produce alarms or danger. Number 2, instigating or taking active part in any charivari or other disorderly meetings offensive to another or prejudicial to public tranquility. Number 3, disturbing public peace while wandering about at night or while engaged in any other nocturnal amusement. And number 4, causing any disturbance or scandal in public places while intoxicated or otherwise, provided Article 153 is not applicable. Charisari, medley of discordant voices, mock serenade of discordant voices made on kettles, tins, horns, etc., designed to annoy or insult. Article 156, delivering prisoners from jail. Elements, number 1, that there is person confined in jail or penal establishment. And number 2, the offender removes therefrom such person or helps escape of such persons. Ways of committing. Number 1, by removing prisoners confined in jail or penal institution, to take away person from confinement with or without active participation of person released. Or number 2, by helping said person to escape, furnish material means to facilitate escape. Important notes. Number 1, prisoner is detention and sentence. Number 2, applies to prisoners in hospital or asylum. Number 3, offender is PO/E, actually and presenting in custody or charge of prisoner, guard on duty. Infidelity in custody of prisoner according to Article 223. Number 4, crime committed by person, accessory, Article 19, Paragraph 3. Number 5, liability of prisoner who escapes. A, detention prisoner, not criminal liability. B, convict by final judgment, evasion of service of his sentence according to RPC Article 157. Number 6, if delivery of prisoner was committed through bribery. A, bribery, corruption, or public officer according to Article 212 in delivering prisoner from jail. B, jailer, if PO, infidelity in custody of prisoner according to Article 223 and bribery according to Article 110. C, prisoner, invasion of service of sentence if already convicted by final judgment. Delivering prisoners from jail. Offender, usually committed by outsider. It may also apply to employee or penal establishment, provided he does not have custody or change of such person. Infidelity in custody of prisoner. Offender, public officer who had prisoner in his custody or charge who was in with prisoner and later escaped. Article 157, evasion of service or sentence. Elements, number 1, offender convicts by final judgment. Number 2, serving sentence, deprivation of liberty. And number 3, act of convict, evade service of his sentence by escaping during term of his sentence. Qualifying circumstances if such evasion escape takes place. Number 1, by means of unlawful entry, by scaling. Number 2, by breaking doors, windows, gates, walls, roof, and floors. Number 3, by using picklocks, false case, disguise, deceit, violence, intimidation. Or number 4, through connivance with other convicts or employees of penal institution. No evasion of sentence. Number 1, accused who escaped during appeal, detention, prisoner. Number 2, minor delinquents. And number 3, deportees. Note, person convicted for evasion disqualified from Islaw. Thank you.